Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Making with the Manufacturers. Now, I'm just going to be quite honest, guys. I don't know how this video or how this layout is even going to go because I just spent 5 minutes looking for my iPad when it's attached to the tripod. So, yeah. Anyway, I am scrapbooking some scrapping reflections photos. This is a Whataburger bag. The Scrapping Reflections retreat was in Texas, and I love me some Whataburger, so I got it a couple times, just a couple. So I'm going to document that. So for Making with the Manufacturers, we are now, you guys, in Jillibean soup, I think. Right? I feel like that's where I am. Because last time we did hot off the press. So now we're in Jillibean soup. I'm gonna pull out all of my Jillibean soup, which that's a good amount, right? Like for a company that no longer manufactures scrapbooking products, this is a good amount. So I'm gonna flip through the papers just so you can kind of see them. And if anything kind of jumps out at me, I am going to grab it. If it doesn't jump out at me, well, then, you know, I'll have to love this brick paper. I love this wood grain. Honestly, I've been kind of hoarding the wood grain, so put that out. That is beautiful. That's jumping out at me. I have another one of these, and we've got some numbers. Got a bunch of those. All right, so I got two papers, the wood grain and the florals. And let's see what else I am going to need. I'm gonna pull that one out just in case, because I do have two of these, so if I stuff that one all up, it'll be fine, right? Where is that? Here we go. All right, I'm going to use these. Let's see, I've got Rainbow Roux, Farmhouse Stew, Shades of Color Soup, and another Rainbow Roux. It's funny, the Rainbow Roux, I pulled the black because of the black and it had it on there. The little hedgehogs are adorable, but I'm not going to be scrapbooking them. So we're going to use 4 papers. I might bring other papers in. Now, of course, I'll have to bring other embellishments in, but we're going to scrapbook the Whataburger bag. I've had this on my desk for a hot minute from MK's shop. And I've also got this black kind of ribbony stuff that's been chilling out here that I would like to use. So definitely using these things. We'll figure out the rest as I go. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I went ahead and cut off the green, teal, and gray parts of this kind of circular radiant paper. And I decided to keep with the pink, the orange, and the yellow, because really I wanted everything to kind of feel with those colors since the bag for Whataburger is white and orange. So yes, I pulled out colors from my photo, kind of, right? Like nothing is an exact match, but it all kind of gives me the same kind of feeling that I have. Now, I will tell you, I am one that normally does not choose their papers and products based on a photo. I am normally one that just goes with whatever I think might make me happy during the moment. So, went ahead and put that radius paper up at the top, and then as you can see, I used that black kind of ribbon. Well, I guess it is ribbon. It's not kind of ribbon. It's a jute and nylon ribbon. Went ahead and placed that between where the wood grain and the radius paper kind of meet up. Now I pull my floral paper, and I decided I didn't want a whole heck of a lot of the floral paper showing. I just wanted something to give me a little bit of extra interest, a little bit of extra zing, since everything else so far feels very not zingy. Does that make sense? It doesn't feel zingy. My wood grain's not zingy. These colors in the radius paper are not zingy. The black and white paper that I matted the photo on is not zingy. So these flowers give me that zingy feeling. So that is why I went ahead and placed that there. So now I'm going to figure out some things that I want to add. And I knew I did have a little bit of Jillibean soup embellishments and such things. So I go into my little case here. Now this has Jillibean soup, October afternoon, and some authentique in it because generally they all give me the same kind of feeling. So I'm pulling out things that might work. I do pull out more than I actually use, which is absolutely fine. It will just go back into the little plastic case here, and I will use it again another time, right? Like, just because you pull out a product doesn't mean you have to use it. Now, what might end up being a problem is if you start pulling out products and you don't ever use them. Then you might have a little bit of problem, and you might have to figure out why you're not using anything that you pull out. Now, in this case, it's just a couple little things, so I am not stressing about it. I'm picking out florals that coordinate. I'm picking out hearts that coordinate, words that coordinate, and anything that will work. Now, I was thinking about using Whataburger as part of the title, but I would have to use either really small letters to fit it in the space where I want it to fit in, or move where I want the title. And you know what? I would rather not move where I want the title. I decided to change my title. Instead of it being Laugh Love Whataburger, it turns into Laugh Love Fries. Because French fries are my love language, you guys. I am not even joking. I love French fries. I just love them. So that's all I've got to say about that. So now I am going to go ahead and actually start decorating. So I am off to the side picking out some things. I'm going to add some wood veneer from my stash. Oh, I was picking out letters too. I also decided to get in on these black and white letter stickers. Whoops, just dropped something there. And these are called Charming. And according to the package, I don't have my glasses on because they were ridiculously filthy. I was grilling with my glasses on and didn't clean them. 2016. So these are definitely old letter stickers. They're just kind of chilling out in my stash, and I figured might as well get to using them. Yeah, so that needed to happen. So I am going to add a little bit of tulle to the back of my photo because, again, I love tulle. You guys have heard me say it tons of time. It adds texture, it adds interest, and doesn't add weight to your page. Now, you guys have also heard me say I don't care how thick or lumpy bumpy my pages get. And that is pretty true most of the time, but sometimes you just want to add that little bit of extra And to me, tulle does that. So I'm going to go ahead and layer up this Happiness Found die cut with this acrylic messy circle with hearts. Like I said, I got the messy circle with hearts, the acrylic piece from MK's shop, which is some assemblage required. It is an older piece, so I'm not even sure if it is in her shop currently. But you know what? Just because something is an older piece doesn't mean you have to stop using it, right? So yeah, use your things, guys, right? Like, use your things. It doesn't matter if you got it a couple months ago and you haven't used it, all of it yet. Just go in and have fun with it. I'm going to layer up a floral right here just because I felt like I needed something hugging the photo. Felt like I needed to hug this little bag of Whataburger. I know that that sounds ridiculous, but you know what? Sometimes I'm ridiculous. There we go. I have said it, and I am okay with it. So I am figuring out exactly where I want the things to go, what things I want popped up to give it a little bit of extra dimension, what things I want flat, what things I want layered, what things I want touching, what things I don't want touching. And this is all very in my head. What do I think looks good? What can I nestle together? What can I place on the layout that matches? It doesn't have to be exact, but matches and makes it look decent. So I grab a arrow here. Now I thought I still had a couple arrows left from my shop, and it turns out I don't. I use them all. How about that? So I end up using this arrow, not entirely sure where it came from, but I decided to place it down here. I also use the word epic because, you know, I felt like my meal was epic, so that needed to go down there as well. Now I'm going to adhere things down. Now this is a little bit weird for me because I feel like for this layout I adhered things down as I went and I waited till the end, which is weird for me because mostly I'm put the adhesive on, plop it down on the page, and make it work, right? Like that's normally my MO, I feel like. Unless I'm building the front of the page and then plopping it all down onto the background, which I guess is plopping it down as I go. Maybe, I don't know. So anyway, I've got these two florals here. They are not Jillibean soup florals. I'm pretty sure they're from Paige Evans. And I am going to put the tiny pop foam on the larger flower, and then the kind of larger pop foam on the smaller flower. And then for the larger flower, I have the petals popped up, and on the smaller flower, I just have the center with the pop foam. Now I put this floral over here on top of the heart acrylic piece, and I was just leaving it there to test it out to see how I felt about it because I wasn't entirely sure. So that's chilling out over there. I do love how it nestles and how that little divot into the floral between the two petals kind of nestles against that S in the word happiness. I do like that, but I am now putting on my title, which is fries. So now my title is complete, laugh, love, fries. And I am trying to figure out where the rest of these little bits go, if they end up going anywhere. Oh goodness. Tired today, people. So now I'm going to add in the acrylic hearts that came in that same package with the messy circle, larger piece acrylic that I have over on the right hand side. I'm just figuring out where I want them to go and what I think looks the best. I do end up moving some of them just because I feel like I needed to spread them around the page a little bit more. And then I noticed that I didn't actually adhere down that flower over top of that acrylic piece. So obviously in the moment I decided I loved it there, so I adhered that down. I do try out some yellow yellow enamel dots, but they're the wrong yellow. They were a little bit too bright sunshiny yellow. So I decided we're going to kick those off to the side. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining me as we go through making with the manufacturers. Fun fact, I started with 8 very full plastic bins of papers. And now I have 6 plastic bins of paper. So I've eliminated 2 of them, which is fantastic. I might have to do this with cardstock because, whoa, that's out of control. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.